Former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has formally joined the African Democratic Congress, a move that has drawn mixed reaction across Nigeria's political landscape. While some opposition leaders, including former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, have welcomed the development as an opportunity to strengthen alliances ahead of 2027, others within the Labour Party have described it as a separation long overdue. The defection has also prompted new political calculation in the southeast, where the ADC has been adopted as a fresh platform. What does this mean for party cohesion, opposition strategy, and Nigeria's wider democratic process? Well, joining me to discuss this is Kunle Oshobi, is the ADC Lagos chieftain, and of course he joins me live in the studio. Thank you for your time, and it's great to have you, Kunle.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right, let's get straight to it. Peter Obi, His Excellency Peter Obi, of course, did announce and has defected to your party, right? It did that recently as an ADC member. Are you excited?
Yes, definitely. It's a very exciting development. It's something that we've actually been looking forward to for quite a while. But we have to note that even ab initio, from day one, he was always part of the coalition, right? As our leaders that came together to adopt ADC as a coalition platform. He was always in it from day one. But what delayed him was that he had some other commitments within the Labour Party that he had to sort out before joining us formally, and those issues have been resolved, and it's come on board fully now, and it's very exciting.
I mean, some are also of the opinion that maybe he also struck a deal within the ADC to become its presidential candidate. Can you confirm this?
No, I can't confirm that. No, that's not to the best of what we know.
Because he has on a social media space interaction that he had, one thing he did say is that he cannot travel around the world and get the kind of exposure that he's getting only to become a vice president. Yes,
see, Peter Obi clearly wants to be president. He's not hiding it. We all know that, and it's welcome. It's welcome. But you see, we have to understand something. ADC is a democratic party, and it's a party that prides itself on its democratic values. Do you understand? So when Peter Obi is coming to ADC, he understands what the party stands for. He understands the values of the party. And he understands that he has to submit himself to the democratic process. Right? So it's not about any deal. There's going to be, for us to choose our presidential candidate or our ticket, our flag bearer, we're going to go through the process, and it's going to be fair and fair. There is a commitment by all members.
By the process, what do you mean? What's this process?
There will be primaries.
Okay, we just need to confirm.
There will be primaries.
Okay.
Right, and whoever emerges, there is a commitment amongst all leaders of the party, and by extension all members of the party, that everybody will align and support whoever emerges as the party's flag bearer.
All right. Now, the ADC, has a lot of political gladiators. Some would even use the word veteran politicians as its members now. The former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar, is a member of the ADC, across board to quite a number of very experienced politicians. And for many Nigerians, they feel that maybe, just maybe, it has displaced the People's Democratic Party as a potential, strong opposition ahead of the 2027 polls. But there are also questions of strategy, given the caliber of politicians, the experience many of them have had in this political game, and how egos tend to be managed here. What is the strategy?
Well, first of all, in the ADC, there are a lot of lessons that we need to learn, or that we have learned. What happened to the PDP was, I can say that PDP crumbled due to external factors. It's something that was clearly, it was sabotage. People actively work to destroy PDP. And those are these issues. The people in ADC today, we know what happened. I'm not able to say it on air, but we know that, and we've learned from the lessons or the mistakes of the PDP.
Can you just highlight like 2 things that happened?
Well, I don't want to go into details, but let's say something. We have an example of someone like Wike, who is supposed to be a strong man in PDP, but he is openly working for an APC leadership, and he's actually come out and told the whole world that, look, PDP should not present a presidential candidate, that they must support APC or Tinubu in the next presidential election, which doesn't make sense. But what I'm trying to say is that he controls a faction of the party. The party has tried to move on, but is controlling a faction of the party. And INEC has now refused to recognize the other faction, right? And we see today that an election is coming up, gubernatorial election is coming up in Osun State very soon. Even a sitting governor has to leave PDP to seek to contest on the platform of another party because PDP has been crippled. He's not sure if he contests on the platform of PDP, they can go to court tomorrow and say, look, the platform is contesting on is not recognized by INEC. Because today now we don't know which platform is going to be recognized by INEC.
So those are some of the lessons the ADC has learned. And decided to put its house.
Exactly.
All right. I mean, looking at the, will I call it, influence of the All Progressives Congress, it still goes back to my question of strategy. The ADC being not relatively new, but right now an emerging force when it comes to opposition. What is the strategy?
Well, ADC wants to bring something different to the table. It's not just about politics. It's not just about winning elections. It's about changing Nigeria. We want to be of service to the people. We want to usher in a new Nigeria. A lot of Nigerians are yearning for real change. We're yearning for this country to develop. Nigeria has huge potentials. We are not even anywhere near our potentials. So I believe ADC represents the yearnings of millions of Nigerians. And a major strategy in the ADC is a coalition, a broad-based coalition. We're going to bring in so many people. You know, I mean, there's still a lot of talks going on. Apart from the major ones that we know of that are already inside ADC today, there's still other heavyweights that are being talked to come in. So we're going to form a broad-based coalition. You know, and of course, I don't need to say much. We know that most Nigerians are not happy with the current administration. There are so many issues. So they're looking for real change. You know, and that's what ADC offers.
All right. Before I let you go, as a chieftain within the ADC, just yesterday, I had a guest. He's a member of the Labour Party. And he raised some concerns about Peter Obi, who has left their party and moved to your party. And he sort of questions his ability to be able to unify. And that he's, according to him, sort of a serial jumper. Once maybe things are not working, he moves again, and all of that. Do you think that will happen to your party, to the ADC?
No. You see, now as I said earlier on, ADC has learned a lot.
Or what's your response to allegations like that?
Well, number one, Peter Obi is not a serial jumper. For every politician to move, for instance, what happened in Labour Party, what's happening in Labour Party is the same thing that's happening in PDP, that's happening in NNPP. That's the Kano Kwankwaso's party, right? There is a deliberate attempt to sow discord in all the leading opposition parties. And we know where it's coming from. It is actually deliberate. And when somebody, let's look, for instance, at what happened in PDP. I mean, PDP's own is the most obvious. When a leading member of the party is saying deliberately that, look, our party must work for our rival. It's not about people trying to solve a problem. It's not a generic problem. It's not a normal problem. It is being orchestrated. It's deliberate. It is deliberate. These parties are being deliberately pulled apart as it is a strategy of the ruling party, if I may say so, to make sure that the opposition parties are in disarray. So it's not about Peter Obi not being able to manage the crisis in his party. No, it's not. These are not normal problems. It's the problems that are being externally instigated and sponsored. It's deliberate. It's a strategy.
All right. Thank you so much for your time on the program. It's been, of course, a pleasure having this conversation. Mr. Kunle Oshobi is an ADC Lagos chieftain.
All right.
Thank you once again.
Thanks so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.